What's up everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to go over loops and how they can be used to display information in Svelte. Loops are really helpful in a lot of instances, such as if you're running a store and say your product page, you have a whole bunch of products that you're looking to display. You can loop over those products and display them. So let's dive right in. We'll take a look at this. So I'm just going to comment out some of the stuff from the last video. And I do have a products array already set up. So let me just paste this in here. So as you see, we have a bunch of products. This is the example if you have a store. We have some sunglasses, necklace, whatever. And this ID is going to be helpful, and I'll explain why once we get into the loops. Now, just as an example, if we wanted to display these, we could just go through and create a div. And then we could just make an H1 and throw products. And then grab that first one, give it its name. And then if we wanted to display the price, we'll throw a paragraph in here. And then it would be for US dollar sign, products, 0 dot price. And then if we wanted to grab the next product, we could go ahead and copy this down. We would change this to 1. We would change this to 1. And if we save that, you'll see that we're displaying the products. Now, you could see that this would be very inefficient. Say we have 100 products that we're looking to display for people to buy. So as you can see, that could get very tedious having to copy and paste each of these. So what you can do in Svelte is there's this concept called an each loop, and what it does is it'll loop over each product and display it in there. So in order to do that, you'll notice that the syntax is very similar to the conditionals. You do # each, you do products as product, and then we'll close that each with a / each. And then what you can do is inside this block, you can create an H1, and we'll do product, can't even spell here, products as product. So we do product dot name, and then for our price, we could do paragraph $ product dot price. And if we save that, you'll see that we display each of our products. And just to go over, this has to match the products array. So that has to match whatever array you're looking to loop over for the each. And then for this name, you can name it whatever you want. So if I were to make this thing, I would just have to change these two things to match it. Thing. And if I save that, you'll see that it's still the same. So this doesn't matter what you name it, but usually you want to name it in convention with whatever you're looping over to display. Now that we have this displayed, that does bring us back to why we have this ID. We're going to use the ID as a key for the product. So what the key does is you can add the product.id on the end of this each loop inside of parentheses. And what this does is this keys each product so that the DOM can identify each block of the template to a specific product using that ID. It doesn't have to be an ID. It just has to be something that's unique so that Svelte can tell what the product is. And this is helpful if you want to modify it in any way, like if you wanted to delete one product off the top of the list or something like that. Svelte needs to know which product it's working with. And that's your very basic introduction to loops on Svelte. I hope it was helpful. In the next video, we're going to go over some inline handlers. We'll create a little cart and add some of these items into that cart. So I hope you'll check it out.